Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the ASOTV podcast for the Originals, Season 4, Episode 1, Gather Up the Killers. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me is Dom, Nikki, and Kim.
How's it going?
I miss this show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was getting tired. Every year it comes around, I'm getting tired of the Vampire Diaries, even though the series just ended and it was phenomenal, you know. And it's like, I'm not going to be excited about the Originals. And then I watched the first episode, and I'm like, I was wrong. So,
I think waiting, especially when Vampire Diaries was in its final season, and waiting and doing it afterward, because I was upset at first. I really was. When we're like, oh, the Originals isn't starting until after the Vampire Diaries ends. It's like, I don't want to wait that long, and then it's going to feel weird, and I think this was the complete right choice. I think just let the Vampire Diaries have its moment in the sun, not being split, like Julie being, stuck between, because Julie does this show not by herself. Obviously there's a big crew, but as far as like Vampire Diaries go, where Julie had Kevin Williamson split his time this season to work on the finale of Vampire Diaries and Time After Time. Julie didn't split her focus at all. She focused on the Vampire Diaries, went right into the Originals after it was over. So in that regard, I think it was best that Julie just waited until Vampire Diaries was done to give it everything that it could, and then go right here and give it all its attention, so we weren't split focused and got like half good out of both shows,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay, first confirmation. The question that we asked was, is there going to be a time jump?
Yes.
There was.
This was
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. So
This was also confirmed by seeing little baby Hope, not a baby anymore.
no, she's a full, she's a rambunctious kindergartner.
Yeah. Wow, she grew up fast.
And she's fucking adorable.
She's adorable.
And she's a redhead, just like B.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
she can be a greenhead like me right now. That's impossible, right?
Well, I mean, Klaus is a redhead, right?
yes.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, he's strawberry blonde more.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has the red recessive, I think.
A lot of bullshit colors being thrown around here. Anyway.
Just because you're colorblind doesn't mean that their hair colors are bullshit.
Except for Auburn.
So yeah, we did, except for Auburn. We did know time jump. Probably weren't sure about 5 years, but hey, whatever. 5 years. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
During that 5 years, they didn't really give us a lot of what's been going on. Basically, they just said, witches and vampires are at peace. Marcel's pretty much the king of New Orleans. Vincent is still kind of organizing and guiding all the different covens and stuff like that. And, my take from this first episode is pretty much nothing happened in 5 years. Like, the status quo was
pretty
maintained.
Quiet, yeah.
Yeah, it was quiet. I mean, we found out that Klaus wasn't asleep for the full 5 years, that Marcel gave him a little bit of mercy and took the voodoo blade out of his chest and allowed him to be awake for a lot of amount of time. I don't know. There wasn't really a confirmation how long. Was it 3 years? I want to say it was at least over half the amount of time that they should have been sleeping.
Yeah, kept Klaus awake. Woke him up because he figured how did he put it? He suffered enough via that method, but yeah. And every now and then Marcel goes down there to poke, prod, and, get information out of him. And stuff. So, more things they give us are, every year, they said that, a bunch of vampires come from all over the place to revel in Klaus's misery. Because, I mean, Klaus was among the first vampires, one of the first 6, and he is has been a dick for 1,000 years. He's fucked over a lot of people, so of course they're going to want to come and see him miserable.
Yep.
And, they're coming in to start trouble. The witches don't want any trouble, and Vincent, is helping organize all that stuff. And with the exception of Haley's doings, that felt kind of like a slow ease you into the season episode.
We find out that even after being tortured and kept with very little rations down in the Mikealson estate basement, Klaus still has a lot of fight in him.
Yeah, but before that whole, because we'll get into that. One particular vampire Marcel is troubled about is Alistair. He is from Europe, somewhere. From the tidbit we get, apparently Klaus pulled the same shit on him that they pulled on, Aurora and names from last season, I forgot. That, I'm sorry, it's been a year. But it's been over a year. Same thing, basically compel him to go on a rampage and draw Michael's attention away from them. So, same deal. He's a particularly arrogant and persistent vampire, and Klaus just says feed his ego.
Klaus just, he described him as being the same as he was as a human, as he is as a vampire. Very vain, very egotistical, very entitled type of vampire person, just a person in general. And being a vampire, that is magnified, so he thinks he's hot shit all the time.
Which actually wasn't the case, though. He was lying about it.
Yeah.
He was lying that feeding, his ego in the whole time, because he was trying to get one over on Marcel and get Marcel into deep shit.
Kind of worked a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it worked, but it's still at the same time. I don't know, they're obviously trying to one-up each other. But, I don't know.
Yeah, still trying to one-up each other. As Klaus said, heavy is the head and all that jazz.
I mean,
he's trying to get under his skin.
I believed Klaus, when he was giving that
totally
whole spiel to Marcel. And I was like, okay, we're keeping the status quo going, and nope.
No, but the part that Nikki was referencing, Klaus has fight in him. Marcel has Vincent draw up a very strong boundary spell that would hold Klaus. Invites all the Europe vampires over there.
Not just Klaus. Anyone who entered the
basically
circle.
just hold anyone who entered there. Parades Klaus in chains up before him. And I'm going to say part of the plan was he fed Klaus probably as much blood as he would drink before that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that was all part of the plan. The Marcel couldn't kill Alistair.
Yeah.
Because if he did, then it's only reinforcing what Alistair was saying the whole time. So, as soon as you saw Marcel talking to Klaus about all Alistair wants is a drop of your blood, and he could track your whole family and find everybody, and especially Hope, you saw that fear go into his eyes, and he's like, "You need me." So then they cut away. At that point, that's when they talked, and they we didn't see it. It wasn't discussed on camera or anything like that. But they formed a plan, and sure enough, Klaus's plan was to kill Alistair himself, so it doesn't put blood on Marcel's hands. Marcel gets to control Klaus and maintain his life, everything like that. So it saves Klaus from getting his blood taken to track down and kill Haley, and it keeps Marcel in control and keeps Klaus alive for the rest of his family too. So it's a win-win for everybody.
I also think because Marcel is a different beast now. They still
Literally.
people under. He is literally a different beast. A lot of people still underestimate him, being like he's not as dangerous as he seems, which he is. He is the only person with his particular powers at this point, and he's the only one that can cure you. So if you fuck him over, he's not going to cure you. He's going to let you die. And it's kind of the same with Klaus still. They still need him to cure his bite. So all those little blackies that Alistair threw in first got bit by Klaus, and they still need his blood to cure them.
If I remember correctly, and the last
It
season...
was mentioned.
No, I know that, but if I remember correctly, last season when they created this monstrosity that Marcel now is, he fed Elijah his blood at one point. Or, no,
Yeah.
they tried to cure him with their own blood, with his own blood, and it didn't work.
Yeah. Because
Lucian, that was his name. Lucian was his
Lucian.
name. I was been racking my brain for that. Anyway, when Lucian bit somebody, I forget who, and he tried giving his blood, and it didn't work.
No, because...
No, it's only Klaus.
Right.
It's only Klaus's blood that cures
Klaus's bite.
werewolf bite.
Yeah. So...
It's not Klaus's bite, it's any werewolf bite.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. I got my head mixed up with something. But, yeah, you're right.
Were you thinking about Marcel's?
Yeah, I was thinking of Marcel's bite.
Yeah. Because of the way it was spelled, you need the ingredients to cure it. Not the actual blood of Marcel. You need the ingredients to cure the spell.
Oh, and that was only a theory until Freya and Haley proved it. So Haley is out and about looking for... Or she's been out and about for the last 5 years trying to gather all the ingredients, and one of them, Freya said, was venom from each of the 7 werewolf bloodlines.
I actually think that was all the ingredients. The rest was all spell casting.
Yeah, that was probably all the ingredients, and if there were any others, they didn't mention them.
No.
Small problem, and this is actually something I thought of at the beginning of the episode before they went into any more details. I'm like, okay, what are you going to do if one of those bloodlines went extinct? If they're all dead, then what?
They kind of touched on that this episode a little bit.
Mary made a very good point. 5 years you've been searching, and now suddenly, out of the blue, you get a lead. Hey, there's one left. And here's her location. None of this screams, set up, it's a trap, or anything? No?
It doesn't seem like that right now, anyways.
Well, see, the funny thing is, in season 5 of the Vampire Diaries, there was mention of 8 different werewolf packs. The one that is supposedly not listed here is the original pack. So there are 8 total packs. We don't know much about the original pack, and for all we know, the original pack may be one of each of the bloodlines of the current pack. So I don't know, but yeah, there's 7 to this venom anyway.
Okay. But yeah, Haley tracks down. Her name was Keelan, the last surviving member of that one bloodline of werewolves.
Starts with an M, people.
Starts with an M. I'm sorry.
I don't
Melrose.
know. Yeah,
Melrose,
yes.
Meru, something like that.
I don't know how to pronounce it because it's R-A-U-X.
Rue.
So however you pronounce that.
R-O-U-X is Rue.
So Melru. Yeah, so out of all the tribes we have the Crescent Wolf Pack. We have the Deepwater, the Malro, the Bass Rock, Barry, Poldrak, and Haxon, I believe, are the 7 packs.
Yeah.
So we have all the packs now.
Okay.
So yeah, Haley tracks her down. She doesn't want to come quietly, but basically tells her, look, I need your venom. It's to save my family. They're dying. And when we're done, I will let you go.
To be fair, Keelan didn't really give Haley any time to explain what the fuck was going on because she smelled like a vampire. So Keelan just wanted to get the hell away.
And also, I mean, Haley didn't have much time to explain herself because Alistair's men were tracking her.
Yeah.
But they both went yellow-eyed. Like, when they were in the bar, they both went yellow-eyed.
They were in the bar and they went yellow-eyed.
So she knew that she was...
interaction. Yeah.
She knew she was a wolf.
Right, but she smelled vampire all over her.
So, like, they were,
Yeah, she assumed it was because she was being chased.
Yeah.
So she was trying to escape because she didn't want trouble.
Right.
Well, she also knew she was the last of her line, so she's probably trying to preserve herself that way as well.
Probably. Well, anyway, venom acquired. Freya gave me instructions on how to wake her up. I'm just gonna jab her in the chest with this really, really big needle. Pull a Pulp
Now-
Fiction.
Are we thinking that's like an amalgamation of an herb solution, or is it like adrenaline or something?
It's
Like
probably closer to a combination of like some magic spell herb thing mixed with adrenaline that has to be injected directly into the heart.
yeah.
So
I was kind of thinking it would be a mix of the two.
she got bit with the poison as well, right?
No.
No, she was
No?
just put into a coma. The only
Okay.
person that got bit was Elijah.
And Cole.
Cole.
Oh yeah, and
was
Cole.
bit too.
And then Rebecca has the voodoo hex on her.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So, yeah, cure successful. I mean, Freya needs to channel her spell while Haley goes... I can't think of a good murder movie analogy here, but she tears 20-something vampires limb from limb.
I mean, she went savage. She literally turned into a huge friggin' wolf and just ripped throats out. She was animalistic.
Mm-hmm. Weren't expecting that shit. And then Elijah's back to, drape a cloak over her, and I was just like, "Nee, my man crush is back."
I'm glad I was not the only one that did.
No, Kim, I'm right there with you.
And then there was this little make-out session. I'm just like, oh, they're so cute. I love this.
And meanwhile, Haley's standing there completely naked through the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She had to go all wolf form.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm sitting there going, really? Like
she-
whoever was behind her, she's just standing there and she's just like, yeah, hi, how's it going? And I'm just like,
Well, it seems like she's been doing this quite often, getting naked when she goes wolf and stuff. So I think she's kind of built up a resistance to people seeing her naked, and she just doesn't give a shit anymore. She's a honey badger.
Do you think that she cares Elijah sees her naked anyway?
No.
Yeah.
well,
There's
I
that,
thought
but-
I thought it was the guy that was trying to kill her first, whatever, and then Elijah popped
Yeah.
up after that.
With the main vampire, he looked confused when she turned into a wolf. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, they probably didn't know she was a hybrid.
Yeah.
She's the only one
Okay.
left, right?
I believe she is the only hybrid. I mean, other than Klaus and
Yeah. I mean, one that
Haley.
was.
I mean Hope.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's
Yeah.
the only one that was created, is what I'm
But
saying.
but
Left.
but Hope, I think, is a tribrid.
She's a tribrid, yeah.
Yes.
She's witch, werewolf, vampire, whereas Haley's just vampire and werewolf. But yeah, she's the only one that's created left in existence, because I think all the rest were killed off, weren't they?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was her and Tyler for a little while there, and then I remember they broke a lot of them, and then Klaus killed them all.
Mm-hmm.
In
'Cause
rage.
they were doing stupid things. Yeah.
And then, spoilers if you haven't seen the Vampire Diaries, final season or whatever. But Tyler's dead, so
He wasn't a hybrid anymore, anyways, because he
he
walked
changed.
through
Traveler
the
bullshit.
yeah,
Yeah.
that stuff. Eh.
Eh.
But do you think? I mean, the way to make hybrids is the only way is with a doppelganger blood, right? So I mean, there's no more ever going to be made unless Klaus gets busy with a bunch of other werewolves.
Yep. So anyway, Elijah's up. Technically, Rebecca and Cole are awake, but, as he put it, I guess my siblings couldn't control their hunger. Good way to explain away not having the actors on set for the first
Yeah.
episode.
Well, Nathaniel, I don't know how to pronounce his
Buzelik.
last name. Buzelik. He's not doing much of anything right now. Nothing to my knowledge. So I'm not sure if he had any kind of schedule. Claire Holt, aka Rebecca. I know she was just filming for a movie, 47 Meters Down. It's a horror movie coming up. She's one of the co-stars of that, I believe. So her and Mandy Moore. So they play sisters or something in the movie.
Mandy Moore,
Yeah.
like from Walk to Remember Mandy Moore,
How did I know you were going to mention that movie? Yes,
I was-
Mandy Moore.
Maybe.
as in
Yeah.
the singer.
Yes,
Mandy
Nikki,
Moore?
that's the
Yeah.
Mandy
Thought
Moore
she
he's
wasn't-
talking about.
Yep.
Acting.
That is the
anymore.
Mandy Moore I'm referring to. Yes.
I thought she was dead.
No.
Well, she was dead.
no, she's gonna play
As in the fact that
Rebecca's
she doesn't
sister.
do anything
Well,
anymore.
not Rebecca, but whatever. They're in a horror movie there, and then Claire's also filming another movie called The Divorce Party right now. So the other TV show she was on, Aquarius, is done. So yeah, she's been in 2 movies right now. So if it's filming, that would probably make sense as to why she isn't available. I would not count her out for the whole season though.
I'm just gonna clarify. I don't mean dead like 6 feet under dead. I mean like dead like not
Okay.
decided not to do anything else like in the media
did.
celebrity wise.
That's
You mean
why
like
I-
Mandy
called
Moore,
it
like,
off.
From A Walk to Remember? I thought she was dead. Yes, in that movie she is.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
just let you know.
Glad I didn't intend on watching that movie.
yeah.
It's like 20 years old.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway, so that, oh
He's
yeah,
done.
I forgot to mention the little witch kid and the symbol that's being carved around in New Orleans all over the
The sigil. Yeah.
the sigil, kind of like the snake eating itself.
Yeah.
Which it I had the meaning in my head because I actually looked it up, but I've completely forgotten.
I thought
It's
it was
something A snake eating itself is actually symbolic for a specific meaning in many different cultures.
and you know what? I knew it too, and I just
Nobody has Google?
I'm doing it right now.
I don't like to open up things on my other screen because then I get blasted with light and it's like, oh my god, I'm burning.
Yeah, and I don't like doing it on, while I'm, yeah. Oh, it's an Ouroboros, that's what it is. The snake eating itself. That's the name of the symbol.
Okay.
It's a symbol for infinity in a lot of cultures. It's a Greek word meaning tail devourer. It is one of the oldest mystical symbols in the world. Thank you.
Oh.
Symbolism. It's supposed to symbolize the cyclic nature of the universe. Creation out of destruction, life out of death.
Well, they did say that Hope was going to be the bringer of the end of the world.
They did say that.
So that's why they wanted to off her before she was even born.
Mm-hmm.
Dun dun dun.
Dum dum dum.
So we might have just given insight to the viewers of the originals of what may come.
Well, considering Hope is having
Very nice.
nightmares and she's drawing what she sees, and it's this symbol over and over and over again.
Yep.
And I hope that young witch kid is okay because he had some like poltergeist shit going on there.
Oh man, he was
That
such a
was
cutie.
He was the same one that bumped into Josh in the church and was like, "You're a vampire."
You're a vampire. He's like, yeah, I got the
Oh,
fangs and everything.
Josh
I
is
love
amazing
Josh.
right now.
His-
Like,
His
oh
mother's
gosh.
like, "Oh, I feel like I have to put him in a boundary spell."
It's like, hey, Vincent, I may be overstepping here, but she's into you.
I like how he's running the neutral bar. He's like a DJ, and I just like love everything about him so far.
He got
was
his
like-
shit together.
I just like screamed when I saw him. I was like, oh yes, he didn't go anywhere. But knowing that he's progressed so far in these last 5 years, it's like I think he's gonna be my favorite character.
Yep. He's got his shit together.
How much we hated him too.
Because he was whining, he was
Yeah.
newbie, and everything. We didn't
Well, it's
like.
because he wasn't Vincent.
She thought you meant Josh.
Oh no, I was talking
I'm
about
talk-
Vincent.
I'm talking about Josh.
Oh,
Yeah, we initially didn't really like Josh that much.
I don't
No.
know.
He
I like
grew on
Josh.
us.
I like Josh. It was Vincent because he was Finn that I couldn't stand.
Vincent.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why we didn't like him that much. I don't know. I like him now.
I don't know. He's still conniving. He's still shady. He still holds things back, just the same as Vincent did. Vincent is also being shady because he kind of has to be because he is in a leadership role. So
Yeah.
we found out that anybody in a leadership role in this freaking show is a little bit shady.
Little
At
shady,
least in-
little conniving.
Yeah.
So we're left with a lot. The rest of the Mikealson family is woken up. Klaus is stuck in the prison with the dagger shoved back in his chest again because he pissed Marcel off. Marcel is still in charge, and some spooky dooky witchy, boogeyman is coming after them again.
Spooky dooky.
I mean, we already had contact with the original witch, right? And that was Katsaya, right?
Yeah, as much as we thought that was Esther,
Yeah.
it was
not.
Ketsia.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Right.
I don't think it's her because stuff and things, and I
She
can't.
dead?
I-
She's dead.
Yeah, she is, I think. But, I mean, and we just dealt with all that stuff in the Vampire. I don't know, because of the ancestors not having connection with the witches anymore. I don't know what it could possibly be. The only connection we have is the Ouroboros sign.
Hey, maybe this is something carrying over from Vampire Diaries.
Maybe.
With the series finale and
But-
all that.
That makes it really hard for new viewers, because especially people who aren't aware of what happened in the Vampire Diaries, especially in the last couple of years.
Right. No, I mean, I know there's going to be people out there. I mean, a lot of people weren't going to just start watching the originals on a whim without ever having seen the Vampire Diaries. I mean, there were probably a few, but
Yeah, there's plenty of people out there that do that. It kind of goes to say
I actually know 3 or 4 people myself that have never watched an episode of the Vampire Diaries and only watched the originals.
And that goes to say, like, with a lot of the CW DC superhero shows, there's a lot of people who only watch a couple of this, even though they're interconnected very, very closely.
true.
There's people out there that only watch 1 or 2 of the series.
Well, anyway,
So-
Nikki's a walking testament for that. She refuses to watch Arrow, but she watches, Flash, Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow. And then
You know
also
what?
Rachel, who covers shows with us, she doesn't watch Flash, but she watches the other 3.
And you know what? I watched Arrow and I lost interest, but I love Flash and I love Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow is, I have no time to watch it. But
There's plenty of time. It's a time travel show.
All the time travel shit.
They're never out of time.
anyway,
Jeepers.
I'm going to move on to next week's synopsis.
Okay.
Get us started on this season. So next week's episode is called No Quarter. After being cured and woken, the Mikealson siblings join Haley in an effort to rescue Klaus from captivity, even if they must face Marcel in the process. Meanwhile, Klaus's demons materialize in unexpected ways as he suffers from the effects of the Tunde Blade. And Vincent investigates a haunting that will prove to be much more sinister than he could have imagined.
Yep.
No, so now we're
And that's something I really, really like about this show is they don't go back and try to explain stuff to you. Like, this Tunde Blade showed up at the beginning of, season 2. And then it's appeared now in season 3 without ever mentioning, oh, this is a blade, whatever, from this, and it does this. And no, they just stick it in them, and, it goes to it, and that's the end of it, and you just accept that's what it does. So if you don't remember, or if you came in the middle of it, you have no idea what this blade actually is. And once again, it was used in this episode.
Yeah.
No refresher, no backstory. It's just this is what it is.
Yep.
So I like that because it's they're telling you that it's more of an intelligent show where you have to remember things
Right,
instead
they're
of getting
expecting-
hand-fed everything.
Yeah, and I like that too. They expect their viewers to have plot retention, or the presence
You
of
better
mind.
watch this or you're screwed.
And was that season 2 or was it the second half of season 1 that came in?
Tunde, I'm pretty sure it was season 2.
It
Okay.
was season 2 when they resurrected
Season 2, yeah.
the dead and stuff.
Yeah. It just allows for a smoother storytelling element too, because if you have to go back and explain things, it kind of makes things fragmented a little bit. So, yeah,
I get. Yeah, it's like if you don't remember it, too bad. And if you came in the middle, go watch the rest of our show. Start at the beginning.
Easy. It's easy to watch. It's easy to find.
Mhm.
You can totally just borrow your friend's Netflix or use your own. Who gives a crap? Just do it. It's all on there. Which reminds me, the day
No, it
after,
was season 1.
was it?
Yeah,
Yep.
because Papa Tunde and the other 2 resurrected, scary, spooky figures from the 1800s. That was the second half of season 1.
Oh, okay.
after they freed
Yeah, it was episode 11 when he first showed up.
Okay. But the day after the Vampire Diaries ended, it was up on Netflix, the whole season.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you
final
need to watch.
season went pop.
Yep.
It was all over Twitter. They're like, oh my god, it's up already.
Yep. So there's that.
Yeah, CW has struck a deal right after season's end. They go up on Netflix immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know if it's just Canada or whatever, but CW shows as soon as after they're done airing actually pop up on Netflix, so you can watch them episodically instead of in one big chunk.
maybe.
That's something different. Because CW does that with their own website. Like, if you miss the episode, it's on their website, right after it's aired.
But I think the reason why they do that for Canada is because they don't have the CW television show unless you pay for extra stuff through your TV programs. So
yeah, it's the way the streaming services and stuff are set up here in America. I think CW has because it's their own show, they have exclusive rights to the weekly thing like that. I know Hulu paid a bit extra for that for a while, and they're out of the loop of that now. None of the CW shows show up on Hulu anymore. And then Netflix has an exclusive contract that it's just, as soon as it's done, it goes up. Kind of, I think there's a 2-week period. It could be anywhere from the day of to 2 weeks after that it'll show up.
What's also nice with CW, their website is the only one that does. Because I know a couple other shows that we do, like on Fox and ABC. I actually have to be logged on into my Xfinity
cable network.
to watch
they
it.
started doing that, and it's
CW still does not allow. Yep, does not matter. So.
Yep. That's
and the
because
CW also has apps to do that too. You can.
Well, Fox and all them do as well. You still have to.
Yeah,
log
that's.
into
I
it.
watch it. Yeah, but you still have to log in because I now had to log in on my phone because I watch them on my phone network.
That's because CW doesn't belong to any of those major broadcasting networks.
Yeah.
Which is good. I don't know. CW has been killing it in recent years with like original programming and stuff like that. So, kudos to them.
Yep.
For being accessible and all that stuff. Is there anything else you guys want to mention? Originals related?
We do know that there's going to be a little bit of the Vampire Diaries here. We're getting Alaric in season 8 or season 8, episode 8. Yep.
He's the only confirmed crossover character, but we are assuming that they're going to be more.
Right.
Just from what happened in the last episode.
Just because we were on the line of talking with Netflix and all that. Julie also said, she's excited. The way that nothing ever really stays finished nowadays, and everything gets brought back or
spinoffs,
rebooted, or stuff like that. That she said, maybe 10 years down the road, Netflix will get in touch with her to do like a 6-episode revival of the Vampire Diaries or something like that. So
that would be neat.
So
that would be neat. But yeah, it's nice. It has an end, a firm, like there's a period at the end of the sentence, instead of a ...
Yep.
Yeah.
So, an ellipses. That's what it is. Anyway, if nothing else, I believe that's our show.
Okay.
I think I remember hearing something about Julie working on a new series for the CW. That is set to come out next season. I think it is. It's called Rise. Yeah, okay. I think so. It's called Rise. I think. Let me double check on that. But it's going to be a new drama for the CW. So.
Well, I hope it's good like Containment, and I hope it lasts longer than Containment.
Well, to be fair, Containment was supposed to be one-off anyways, but this is, to have Julie say, I'm working on a new series, kind of makes it seem like it's going to be more than one season.
I'll definitely give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find it now.
It's going to be a marital law drama, so it's something very, very different from what she's done. So Who knows? But so is Containment. And,
Yeah, that was very different.
Mm.
I like it. Dom, where can they find you?
Oh, I read that wrong. It's not marital. It's martial law.
Marshall.
Anyway, yeah. You can find me down below at Phenomedom. PHENOMEDOM.
Nikki, where can they find you?
Also on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
And Kim, where can they find you?
Also on Twitter, it's HUFFITY,
And you can find me on Twitter at Philidren, THILLADREN. You can find all of us on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, and YouTube at ASOTV Podcast. You can follow us at those places, more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and games. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Marital, martial. It's just the difference of the I being in a different spot, right?
I have made that mistake many times
So
throughout
there's a big difference of meaning, but yeah.
No.
Oh no, it's totally the same thing.
Guys, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
take a marital arts class.
Hey, if you gotta.